Arguably because it's the only game happening tonight. However, might be interesting, I don't know. We'll see. I don't have bomb in my thing still to this day. I have not gotten to that. Let's fix that real fast. Open this as well. He's the only one missing at least. Let's just yoink his Steam ID and do that. And then we are kind of good to go, right? How many people do we have on the server? Not that many yet, but they're not late yet either, I think. Well, never mind, they are quite late actually. I'm sure this game will start just fine. I'm more concerned about my phone starting up, so I can read chat. It would help a lot. Other than that, this is... Oh, there we go. I can actually fix the nickname now as well. I don't know how I forgot to like fix Bump's name all this time. I watched him like a couple of times in Div1 in the first few seasons as well. No names, put that here. Save. And demo names again. There we go. It should be a lot better. Oh hey, Yak's actually playing. Didn't even know that. Because that's the interesting part. I do not know who's actually playing for the Joseph Zone and what they're playing this season. That is entirely a mystery to me. I see Bump and Dolly here, so is Bump playing Soldier? Interesting. I was imagining something like this might happen when Hoy left. Wasn't sure though. But yeah, that's the situation for the Joseph Zone, right? Hoy left, they did not go Div1, I guess that has to do with it. And Hoy wanted to try hard more than the rest of the team did, I would assume. So here we are. And bedseekers, obviously, also people that, you know, at their best could probably play at Div1 level, but that's not currently the case for them, so they're taking Div2 on and see how well they can stack up against that with what they have right now. And still to some degree off-classing from the previous mains, but not entirely, like Strikers, they're playing Scout. For example. So it will be interesting to see. I can put in the team names here right now as well. CE team names. Blue is currently bedseekers. Means red is the Joseph Zone. Right. Did I enable the betting? I think I did. Oh no, I didn't yet. Okay. There we go. That should help quite a bit. Hi Yoski, what up? Betting is on now. Joseph Zone is Yak. Bedseekers is GGG. Representing each team's historical demoman. Not the case for Bedseekers right now, obviously, but garbage. You know, when I think of Striker, Rivka, any of these guys really, besides like Warrior and Toast, I guess. I think, yeah, this is a garbage team. However, it is not actually a garbage team this season. Man's not here. They have to do it without him. And that means Rivka's on Demo Man now. Which would be interesting. Yeah, I'm interested to see how this goes. Personally, I would be surprised if either of these lands in playoffs. Especially the current circumstances that the Joseph Zone found themselves in. However, I mean, they clean up entirely more than expected, maybe. Also, though he's Soldier, I thought he was Scout. I guess this makes more sense, though. You guys been playing the moment for a while now? I guess, but like, you know, historically. It's like when I think of any of these guys, oh yeah, Garbage is the demo man for, you know, Rivka and Striker. Can't remember the last time I've seen them Soldier and Scout. Yeah. I mean, the same argument as Garbage hasn't played in a hot minute as well, right? Last time he did play, he like worked for, like, Ascent once, I guess. When Lucas was fucking dying. That 1 week. Well, not like Process Metalworks week a while ago. I think it was. Even that's a while ago, well. So I don't know. I'd be, like I said before, surprised if either of these make playoffs. However, you never know. Both of these rosters, I mean, have experience at the very least. Question is how much they want to use all of that to the most of their abilities. We'll see, I guess. So exchange Bitcoin for demo reviews. I mean, sure. I'm not gonna do it today, but yeah. Let me actually ask right now, actually, real fast as well. We might do, like, all games this week after all for tf2. You just ping coverage you. Add leader, add Sonny. Second demo reviews. You wish. Okay, what is this? Bro is the game we haven't scheduled yet. Alright, let's just poll if people are around. As for now, this is Div2, Season 46, Week 1, Process and Sunshine. To start the season off with, going into Div2 now, first game in Div2 this season. Bedseekers in blue, the Joseph Zone in red. And the first mid-fight to see how things develop here. Both teams just trying to avoid each other more, so then go in, play aggressive just yet, just taking opposite crates. There we go, finally some aggression here. I'm trying to go a little bit forward, but they're not making it easy for them to actually aggress at all. So just this long stare down right now with damage just carefully thrown over point. Looks like the Joseph Zone tries to get out of the corner, tries to demand some space back here. Finally some bombs in as well. Dowie tries to go deep with bomb from the other side, and that is a lot of damage between those two soldiers. And look at that, the slow approach actually worked quite well. Looked like the Joseph Zone knew where to take the space away from them. And once they had enough, the bombs in deep, get the damage done, and get them out of here. However, the part where they're out didn't quite reach bedseekers enough yet. They just slowly but surely waddle back into safety, which works just fine with 2 picks on their own part. At least they got enough done to just slow them down, and Josephine decides to just cap and settle with that for now. So no huge explosive mid to start things off with. Meaning, even Uber standmate. And what better time than this to pull out a sniper rifle. Div2 finalist, actually, Hammerham in Highlander on sniper. There I mention. Picking up the rifle. Question is if that matters at all in Div2 6v6. Well, it takes 2 tries to get up the rock, but he does it. So we're in here for the long haul now. You do have some interesting angles to work with, right? PC is pretty much irrelevant. Choke is really just to counter people, and Suya is obviously the interesting one here to work with. However, Bum just trying to make space gets utterly predicted by Rivka, and subsequently followed up on by an attempt to jump by Toes, but man's getting denied real fast there. Quickly shot down by Hammerham, gets another one on the board, and they're trying to play aggressive with Yak all the way through Choke already. Getting some damage done here, and wants to have an exchange. Vori getting dropped lift. This is really nice, actually, as a fight starter for the Joseph Zone, but Spans is too deep to actually get out in the end. Yak has 3 medic mains, it's crazy, right? He's just piling them all up on this team. Did I put my money on them? Well, it's always the next time. Unless you went all in which case there isn't much of a next time. Granted, you might still have enough points by next map. You will see, I suppose. For now, yeah, obviously the Spans getting caught here was just a hindrance and a half for them to not get away with this, which was sad, though. The exchange wasn't bad to start off with. Ooh, that helps a lot. Striker just overextends just about. Soldier is really aggressive and PC over here too. Toast actually gets caught, but Vori gets out. Bum tries to get the jump in. Can't accomplish too much with that though, unfortunately. Alright, Lipson, I'm betting on bedseekers to even the odds here. In all of this, Hammer is still sniping. Hasn't really done enough yet. He shut down a jumper, but aggressively it has not amounted too much yet. Here comes the counter aggression. Vori does not want them to take comfortable spacey. There we go. At least Hammerham can defend themselves on Sniper. And this is enough for a force actually as well. In all this chaos, they got some damage done here. Bullies on their own part and just chase as much as they can. Catch Rivka, catch Kusoban. Not much more than that, but that might be enough. Every time the Joseph Zone is allowed to like slowly take space, it's actually working. They're just struggling to actually get into those positions, it seems, both on mid and second. That has been the downfall. Dowie with the conch, trying to take more space, gun shut down quickly, bump into all of them, but it's getting shut down quickly, and here comes the captain. People have to rush towards point, and Heavy can't do that too much, but all the other spawns are able to come up in time as well, and that might be just enough, actually. A lot of time spent here getting in, not a lot of time spent actually getting on the point. And yet, that's still trying to repush anyway. Dolly goes down early, they get the demo man in return, the Heavy already off the table. But still, they're getting out-DM'd in this fight here. Bedseekers just making short enough process for this. This took too long to last, I think was really the big issue. Yeah, actually barely getting taken down at the end of this one too. Highly unfortunate. Okay, Bedseekers staying in this for now. Able to actually just retaliate with a lot of Uber advantages as well. However, they will have to do it into a sniper hammerham in forward spawn right now, not trying to leave the comfy space that is. However, people are careful about it, right? You see the bombs coming in high. Getting enough damage on him to force him back. Yet, people are still trying to get more out of this one. They don't want to just give this up completely for free. They really want Kusuban to use, but they will not comply to that. They do have the Evo, and they will only use into second to try to chase down. Dolly doesn't have it. Any picks are great here, and that moment is nice. A medic would be even better, but they're just about falling short on getting that. The pistol of Striker finally finds the target, but they all had to go so deep, they just get cleaned up themselves. If they get Kusuban out of this, this will be a large saving grace, but it doesn't look likely. Yeah, Kusuban pressing the killbind in time before the scouts just play with their food. Making his own spawn time be the same as Toast, actually. That could have been a great Uber, but they just weren't hitting the shots fast enough. And suddenly this is all turned around again. Bedseekers now in a terrible position. It's not big ad for Dolly, but look at that. Out of like one missed opportunity to push there, suddenly this went all the way from trying to almost get into last with that second push, basically, to having to sit back on their own last again. And that is a huge swing in momentum now. Let's see if Joseph Zone can have a better play this time. Obviously the last push a second ago wasn't the prettiest. So what is the plan here? Now they're actually trying to go in with this. Yeah, gonna beam. Forces people to rotate, gets Striker weak but not taken down, goes in one more time, one pipe on the medic is nice but not enough, gun goes down, medic finally cleaned up here, but they're not in great position at all. They probably can't play this to the end, so the only thing you want to accomplish right now is just getting the medic out alive, and somehow Spans is able to live that as well. 3 up each is not exactly pretty. Ooh, they're considering repushing actually. I would be surprised if this works. For now, here just comes some bombs in aggressively trying to shut people down before they can do anything. And yeah, they won't do anything in the end. Scout down already, Dowie you just forced back as well. But however, I think they realized their mistake quickly enough. And situation themselves back onto second with Dolly's advantage still there. Despite not having healed for like a good few seconds there. It was just so much add out of this. And at the very least now, it should be very clear this will be an Uber push coming in shortly. They need some off classes. Heavy is up, Energy's up. And that will have to be enough, because the Uber is here and roaring to go, coming left side, forcing people to rotate onto Heavy. Good damage there. Somehow Bomb doesn't go down. They get 2 for that as well. Gun is in some trouble there, won't live much longer. Strike is actually just looking for frags. And that might actually have been the right decision somehow. That gun just did not get spammed consequently, nor did the engineer. And that focus fire on Lars is just not good enough in the end. For the Joseph Zone, Bedseekers just post-Uber never really look all too threatened by the red team's presence onto last. And because of that, suddenly is just their playtime into second themselves here. They have an Uber to go as well if they need to. Doesn't look like they want to. Hammerham could change that, but that shot missing and nothing else onto Kusuban right now means they probably are just fine here on Bedseekers. If not even really good to go straight into mid as well, not just second. Just go the whole distance here and just force all of the Joseph to retreat. Preferably not force yourself. Kusuban's weak. They need to still be careful. Here comes a bomb in as well. Bomb freeze will do it. And in the meantime, everyone pretty much retreated the entire distance all the way to second. So they're not trying to overextend into second too much here. Despite having to use this Uber, they're just sitting on mid. Reluctant to go any further. Maybe get a force in early, but at this rate, this took so much time. I would be surprised if that will actually be the case. So, Dolly with big ad. It's back to the Joseph zone. Balls in that court now. They can make something happen. Let's see if they will have to use on mid or if they can get away with it for free. A lot of damage being forced in their way. Here comes Toast trying to jump in. That is enough. And everyone else sees himself out of here pretty quickly. Yak tries to chase a little bit, but it's not much in the end. Dowie as well abandons his attempt to go deep there pretty quickly. And that's pretty much the end of the story here. And yeah, we're in a classic leapfrog situation, right? Both teams just using into mid to try to catch the other team, and neither of them successful so far. Sooner or later, someone's going to slip up somewhere here. Let's see if bedseekers are the ones lucky or the ones getting caught out blindly. For now, they're forcing damage in, forcing people back. Denying Bum as well. This time, he's not going to get away with it. And this might end the stalemate. For better or for worse, however, there's still the opportunity to just stalemate here. But no, bedseekers want to go in all the way. They want to make this advantage count. Lots of spam, and they hesitate to use it all. So, Vori goes down. They still end up using, getting a lot of cleanup for it, though. 3 down at the end of this one is a decent Uber, at least to keep this point alive a little bit longer. It's hard to just get out of last with pure advantage alone. When actually, they're just using the opportunity to just cap it outright. Spawns aren't here yet. Second's getting blocked, though. Dowie by himself just cleaned up Evans, and suddenly there's no opportunity to just cap on last anymore. This was so crucial by Dowie. That was the only thing that really kept them in this anymore, because they were already ready to cap there any second. And with only 2 people spawned at that time, there's not much they could have done about it. So Dowie definitely saving this quite a bit. However, they still lose a couple more players everywhere, basically. Ooh, yeah, probably as well going down here. This is guaranteed force at this rate, I would imagine. There's nothing else they can do here besides popping to save themselves. And even then, they can't really chase. You can't afford to leave last right now, as someone went behind them. So yeah, Josephstone just a sitting duck on last here with the Uber in hand. Absolutely nothing they can do there. They just fed a little bit too much. Alright, bedseekers with another good chance. I believe this is their first actual Uber push into last. Let's see how it works out. Rivka with the beam on him, tries to go deep. Gets a bum. First kill of the push, alright. How much more? Gun goes down pretty quickly as well. Here comes the cap time, forcing the Josephstone to contest this, and the damage is there. And it almost is enough. But someone snuck past him. I think that was Vori just about capping that one. A little bit anticlimactic maybe, but you do what you gotta do. And in this case, all they needed was another second on the point. And that's bedseekers going up 1-0. So far so good. Let's see, last time we had a really passive mid fight that the Josephstone got away with. This time around, once again, we see both teams taking each other's crate. At this point, however, Rivka already a lot more aggressive, so they try to be a little bit more proactive on each side here, trying to just go in quicker. There comes the sack by Bum after Dowie already got taken down, trying to clean up, and they got good damage, but still, everyone else just got denied all the same. And with everyone, like, on basically half health combined, it still wasn't enough to do anything more. The bombs just didn't last long enough for them to actually cross-point with that, so Scouts Demoman have to leave here. At least the Medics are still up on each side, which is a good saving grace, but obviously bedseekers want to just go the distance with this right now, and looks like they will. Dolly has to use after Hammerham gets dropped. At least they clean up the bombing soldier with that, but Kusuban still has, and I think that's too threatening a prospect to comfortably stay here. They can maybe try to force something in here, and a little bit more damage by Devilman, by a soldier, is what they're trying to have it happen with, but it's not enough in the end. Right, Uber once again by bedseekers into last, trying to catch whatever they can. This time around, people kited pretty well. Look at that. No one's going down just yet. No one's all too weak either. That comes one more bomb by Toast, taking them quite weak. They're still not leaving yet, though. They want to fight this out, so this will go the distance. This will go to the full-blown post-DM fight, just trying to somehow desperately win this, but at some point you need to cut your losses, and It seems with a Demoman basically dead and the medic just stuck on the other side of the last point, they try to retreat. However, no, Evans just tries to sneak away with the cap, or at least hoping to do so. But people spot him in time, will at least live. Gives everyone else time to leave as well. So this, by all purposes, could be a lot worse for them on bedseekers, but this was such a good advantage to last. They used so early and didn't catch anything at all. Oh, Dolly gets sniped. I didn't even see Vori on the sniper rifle, but no. He was there, he was waiting, and suddenly everyone's just trying to get something out of this push, and all they're getting is a single kill onto Evans and the cap. I don't think that's gonna be enough. People will spawn, just about. But they have to rush onto point against a team of Uber. This is not looking pretty for the side of the Joseph zone. And this is also where I will close the bats. Because it's halftime now into this match, and this Uber just needs to clean up something, but they're struggling to do that actually. There we go, second pick, Demoman weak. Striker finally reloading the scatter gun as well. And while these kills are taking ages to actually being accomplished, they will happen in the end against a team that just has to get on point. So bedseekers up 2-0. And 15 more minutes left to play. The Joseph zone by no means looking out of it just yet. But they need a little bit more than what they're currently able to accomplish here. Let's see how this goes. Toast trying to go deep. And behind, Dowie gives him a nice little rocket on his way out there. But he is where he wanted to be. Question is if that's going to work for him. Here comes the aggressive bomb by Dowie and bummed. Good damage, but kills are taking their time. But they do happen. Look at that. Everyone's just playing over point. This is what they wanted, I think, last mid. And just didn't get their wish granted. This time around, they still lose Dolly. It's still not all fine and dandy, but at least they're able to win the mid-fight. Cap second as well, with basically everything else dying in the process as well here with Kusuban and Evans. So, not the perfect mid-fight, but certainly, at the very least, what they wanted to accomplish happened. Have the soldiers go deep. Push point at the same time and just try to get the most of it. However, Kusuban living is a large point of concern here. This will be full ad for the blue team here, and they're trying to make that happen immediately into a second push. And you can already see people are just kiting out straight away, throwing in some damage, sure, to try to make this not a free take at all. And now we did take damage here, I'm not sure where they are, but aware enough at least to at least not have the back turns to that. He did take damage, so maybe they had just entirely all clue they could have. Anyway, sack by Toast, also not accomplishing much. Weird position to just sack in from. They have full ad. Yet people are deciding to just sack in for random plays. Really strange to the bedseekers. Gives Joseph zone a lot of space to work with here, a lot of time to catch up on the U as Dolly almost has, and they're already trying to get the presence into second to get the force out early. Hammer him in a 1v1. Not looking to be winning that right now, but he's not alone here. Both soldiers in as well. Rivka gets caught, and while everyone kited out, the Devilman just stayed forward for a little bit too long. Exchange looking a lot better here. Yeah, bedseekers off of just their random sacks actually lost so much space that the exchange just ended up being terrible. Vori and Kusuban the only one alive, and I don't think this will be the case much longer. Clean up there on the medic as well, and they're just storming into point. Yeah, one mistake, arguably a large one to be fair, by the bedseekers, but like one slip up there, just thinking, oh yeah, we can just sack it instead of making something happen with the ad. Or even just stalemating. Just largely turned this around. So Joseph zone, very much still in this. Only one round differential now, and still plenty of time to get another. So we'll see how this goes. Toast already just disappearing in the backlines. Baum just waters at them. Does not work. Everyone falls back to deal with him. And that is frustrating as a soldier to realize, because no one punished them for 4-man piling up on him. Eventually they clean up Toast, but that happens really late. And at this point, I don't know if that's enough, because the health is just terrible on the Joseph zone. Someone saw what's going on here. Well, Hoy left. Like 3 days ago, I think. So they got another medic to actually play medic. Anyway, despite all of that happened at the beginning of this mid-fight, it came down to the US to actually decide who wins. It is the Joseph Zone. Once again, a better Uber. The few exchanges they did have here looked a little bit better for them. I think there's been like 2, 3 now. Most of them largely better for the Joseph Zone. You're not cast with 3k? Not all too much anymore. Only when I like really need to keep track of something specifically. I've gotten better at like first-person casting, which is good. For like the viewing experience for people, I would imagine. But I mean, now it's time made right now. I mean, certainly you can just get the bigger picture. Sometimes in like messy fights, I like to do it. Because even I need like the bigger frame of reference sometimes to make sense of things. I first time act like this. Yeah, like TF2 and stuff, we have like preset angles there for situations like this, for like specific points on the map. And if you press a button, you just go to the nearest preset angle where people are. Which is really handy. We did that the other day. Okay, here comes the double sack, and, well, surprisingly, it still did something. This did not look like a double sack that should get anything, but Novori and Rivka both go down to that, but Hammerham also got caught in crossfire, and that's suddenly free down for the Joseph Zone. They're already starting to fall back here. Evans gets caught by the Demo Man. They don't want to back off at all, and that might have been the right decision, because Kusuban entirely was not willing to use that, which means people getting dropped, Evans and Toes down. And sometimes you just have to bluff your numbers there, and sometimes it works. This tie hugely in the Joseph Zone's favor. Look at that, I get a second back. Only 9 minutes left to play. Third of the game left. Toss and Rory together, spamming down Hammerham. Toss once more, gets cleaned by Bum. Anything else happening in lobby here? Striker wants something to happen, and Rory at least gets one more as well. Ultimately, though, and will be enough for the Joseph Zone to fall back here, or the Demo Man specifically, obviously. Tough to shut down people too easily on these entrances to seconds, so they were just willingly give up a lot of space. They pull out their sniper rifle. Emheim couldn't prevent the second cap from happening, but he can maybe catch someone here. You'd imagine they noticed that by now. 9 minutes is all the Joseph Zone has here. 8 minutes even at this point. To complete the comeback. They went down to... got one just a bit ago. One more for some points on the scoreboard on tf2pickup is what they need. Sniper is supposed to bring that change. Span's getting caught early though. Makes playing aggressive a little bit harder here, yeah. You can see people flooding in from all entrances. Worry from behind. Dolly will not use to that though. And that is actually really important there, because having to use that would probably be a really scuffed exchange. Still though, they don't want to back off at all. They just want to stay in sewer. Play aggressive here. And bedseekers have none of it. They just go in for the exchange. They know that it's here. They can just pop in early and still get a pretty even exchange out of this. Seems to be going just fine for now. The Joseph Zone isn't going anywhere just yet, but that might not be a good thing. Dowie sacks, here comes more damage in this wall. Everyone's just one by one trying to go for more, and it's such a mixed bag, but they're getting damage at least. 3 left after all is said and done. Bump in by Toast from backlines, but it's not doing enough, I don't think. Yeah, Striker can't get in with that, and they will have to retreat the entire distance here. The exchange wasn't bad by bedseekers, but Joseph Zone just incredibly did not care for that fact. And it just went in again. And for the second time in a row, pretty much. That attitude actually worked quite nicely, right? bedseekers just isn't expecting them to play as aggressive as they are. Dowie gets a kill for it as well in this case. Sure, he dies for it. But they have ad as well, and 1 down each is fine if they do something with it quickly on this advantage. It's not a big one though. Kills have to happen immediately here. The Uber comes out sooner or later by them. Striker gets caught, that's nice, but Kusuban is so close to having any few seconds here will do it. Bump going deep. He wants the medic to use 97 on the medic gun. Will come out in time. just barely, and you can already see the cleanup is just there. Dowley living would be huge, but I don't think it's happening. Yeah, they know exactly where he is. And they're not letting that one slip away. And getting everything else in a crossfire just is even better. Yak, the last one alive, gets cleaned up in one. Great opportunity for the Joseph Stone to try, but they just hesitated, I think, a bit too long. They just didn't want to use early, and they didn't have enough advantage for that to be something really greatly affordable. So Kusuban was just able to get eventually here. Temp from bump to sack, but they saw it coming. Someone went sewer there, and I don't think anyone else will dare try, but they're so late to get out here. It's dangerously close to killing most of them. Somehow it turns around, getting Striker in return. Still, it's some add to Kusuban here, and the round now for bedseekers could be huge. Oh, look at this. Once again, Joseph Zone just do not care what bedseekers expect them to do. They just go in anyway. And once again, people are not playing in the positions they really need to be in at that point. And Joseph Zone is just utterly capitalizing off of it. Getting some nice entry frags. Oh, it doesn't last long enough, right? This was such a promising start to a fight. Just getting in there to get the force. And getting some people dropped in the process as well. But it's not enough to win them the fight once the Uber's out though. So this will stay where it is right now. The bombs come in to choke and they just don't do enough. Dowie bomb going down. Yeah, caught as well. As much as the aggression for the Joseph Zone works every once in a while. To just utterly surprise bedseekers. All the other times, unfortunately, it looks like this, right? Where they're just trying to kill people and just don't get close enough to really be a large threat for them. So 4 more minutes. And bedseekers in the power position now with largely even Ubers on last. It's all on the Joseph Zone to get out of here. Something needs to happen for them to be able to leave this last point. We'll see who's gonna bring that change. Is it Hammermon Spy? Well, it's supposed to be. Going on the off class, he's not on the Cloak and Dagger. So he is on a little bit of a limited timer here. Vori luckily dropping down a little bit too late. Here comes the attempt, Hammer going for it all, and well, a Devilman isn't bad. I don't know if it's enough though. If you hear any funny noises in a second, that is my dog barking at a strawberry. Just for context. Anyway, while I was dealing with that, looks like the Joseph Jones just got a couple of kills, and they want everything, right? I mean, they kind of need to. There's still like a good amount of time left for a comeback to happen, but I mean, there's not a ton of it in the end. So yeah, an exchange it will be in the end. How's Yak behind them? When did this happen? I completely missed that, and looks like it doesn't change much in the end. The scouts are the only ones really in anymore. The sword is already down. At least they get worried. This is such an extended fight right now. Everyone just has to constantly look behind them for on the bedseekers to deal with something here. Be it Yak, be it the scout. Ooh, good pipe there by Yak. The roller will do it in the end. Hammer him deep with this as well. Didn't need to in the end, but it doesn't matter. They get the cleanup anyway. Toast is still around. Striker is still around. That's all they have left on bedseekers. This and 2 more minutes to clock down. Really trying to get Dolly, and that's just about enough damage. Striker cleans up. All the Soda just distracts them. Toast is weak. Just about living. That mad kill is huge right now. Like, this won't even be much ad, but that might still be enough ad to be difficult to overcome. There won't be, like, good advantage plays anymore. They will need to make something happen off Ubers, I think, at this rate. On the Joseph Zone. And sure, they've been the kind of team to do these things, but that doesn't necessarily make it a lot easier. Just because you do it a lot. I guess we'll see here. Because by the time Kusuban has, this is just gonna be practically impossible. So yeah, they will have to try immediately here and just try to go deep straight away. Dowie with a sack, now disappears behind instead. Anyway, they will try to push in. Dolly once again just gets bombed by the soldier. Toast gets that kill. And now they're just sitting here, desperately needing to get something, and no one's quite getting anything at all, really. Eventually, Striker goes down, Span's still in the fight. But he's just everyone's target at this point. 1 minute left. And I don't want to call it this early, but if this was to become the comeback for the Joseph Zone, something miraculous needs to happen here. So let's see, 45 seconds there on a tough timer, and worst case scenario, they both kept the cap here, and this Uber is just being kept as single Uber. Totally trying to kite this Uber out, but nope. Scout's not gonna let that happen. Rivka gets Hammer Ham too. 3 down total, 30 seconds left, and easy picks as cleanup to get here maybe as well. Easy cleanup Vori, but 2 quick pipes by Rivka, shuts down Yak. And it's just, at best, equal trading here right now. Bum gets the medic, but all of them go down for all the picks they got. And that just doesn't get the team down anywhere. Wait, how did Toast kill himself? So that is it. 2-1 win to Bedseekers. Close call in the end, but it will do. Pick winner. Complete. Alrighty. So Bedseekers do it in close fashion on map number 1. Oops, not maps 2. Maps 2, 1. There we go. Alright. I can put this on again. I can click this button. Alrighty. So that's map number 1. For anyone that cares, I suppose I can put up the logs while we're waiting here. You just do that real fast. Surely it's this one, right? It is, wow. Yeah, they all have like the funny names. I mean, you barely can tell who's who on the log screen. But here's a log screen, I guess. Enjoy. Be sorted like by damage or something. Big surprise, the demo's up top. Unheard of. Right, you can hear in the background the comfy silence of Sunshine somewhere in the tower. I think is where the camera spawns. Well, Toast actually top fragging too. For what it's worth. Yeah. Anything else like worth noting here? A single drop in the entire game. Gonna want more Ubers. How much more did Dowley die? 3 more times, I guess. With how they played, it's not surprising. They definitely were the more aggressive team out of these two. By a noticeable margin, I suppose, as well. But a few good moments aside, Bedseekers was able to deal with it quite well, right? Is that Bum? Yeah, that's Bum. These are insane demo heals compared to everything else. Alright. So, with map 1 out of the way, we have some frame of reference for how these teams played. So that might or might not influence your voting. It was a close game in the grand scheme of things, but the Joseph Stone's aggression did not quite do enough in the end against Bedseekers on process. Bedseekers able to stand strong against it just about. 2-0 lead turned into a 2-1 game towards the end. Take your bet, I suppose. Type exclamation mark bet GGG. GGG to 3s. I don't think I just said 3 Gs. Or Bedseekers. Exclamation mark bet yak. For all the Joseph Zone. That is your team to put your points on. For anyone that might remember the Joseph from last season, you will immediately recognize rosters a little bit different. They did not perform the way they would like to have, so they just changed up a little bit, went to 2 with it instead. It is always minimum 5, unfortunately. This is your first time being here, then stick around, maybe you can do it next time. Which might be Friday, I guess, if there's a game. Because I'll be doing on a cast on Essentials on Wednesday. I will be on tf2p on Thursday. So yeah, if there's a game on Friday, I have time. Maybe Sunday. I guess I have no points. Probably not yet. You get them over time from viewing. It's like channel points too. For all intents and purposes, I don't think this is a better sniper map either. I think Process is a lot better sniper map. In the grand scheme of things, so... It could be weird for the Joseph zone, because as much as they overall were a little bit more aggressive, in the stalemate, they still also were the ones to bust out the sniper rifle immediately. Onto primarily Hammerham, I think. As the answer to that. It will be a little bit more difficult to make that work for them quite as well. So yeah, take your pick in the chat. As we have the scouts just going deep. Toast as well already in the backlines, and Strikers Evans clean up for that as well. Demoman down immediately on this mid fight. Toast gets up Dolly in the backlines too. Everyone else is just establishing the space here and forcing it back. Toast will eventually die to that. This is what I meant when I said my dog will bark at strawberries. Except now she ate it, so like I don't even know like why she barked anymore. Anyway, sack in by Bam and Dowie, and a double sack is a large commitment, so that's about all they can do here. However, that doesn't mean they don't still try anyway, and it's unsurprisingly not going anywhere. Well, I guess Spence gets one on 3 HP, just about winning the fight against Toast. But he's just like all alone in the backlines now, and unless he caps it off right under their noses, there's not much he can do about this right now. They have a big ad into last right now, and they just need to be quick about the cleanup here. Here comes the actual part where they push into last. Spence is just trying to catch something, and he does. Evans goes down. Ewa didn't accomplish much by itself. Eventually they clean up Bum, but it didn't even kill the guy behind. One more desperate shot to get on the point here with a bomb over point as well to try to get the medic, and well, that's some good damage. Maybe just enough as well. Toast somehow splashes off the wall with the escape plan. Doesn't matter because no one gets to point in time. What a weird last push this was. This did not seem like a last push on the first attempt to go in that warrants a second try, but they did anyway. And the bombs were good enough, really. Rory and Toast just did the damage the team needed. Wall shot and all. And bedseekers is up 1. See if the Joseph zone can bounce back. Dowie goes down early. Good pipe onto Evans is nice, but it won't kill anyone just yet. So just out of it though. Red team is just dominating the enemy Tetris with the scouts, not letting them have any fun here. But none of these people die is the big problem here. Rivka with a lucky pipe onto Hammer and dropping down on him. The rest of the team spammed back as well. That will be the mid-win to bedseekers, and they want more of this. Look at that, it's moving forward. Just as is Worry in the backlines already. Everyone else up front spamming them more and more and more. And that knowing well where Worry is, people can just easily go for him. The letters you're looking for to bet on bedseekers is GGG. The letter G 3 times. Alright, Uber exchange through here. Joseph trying to make the most of this. They get in with this. People not really forcing them back in the middle of the exchange. So they got started with the fight the way they wanted to. Can they finish up what they have in front of them? For now, the damage isn't bad. They get some space with it as well. People really early to leave on bedseekers here, actually, all things considered. Worry still in, getting 2 kills with that. That sure helps. And that is, unfortunately, maybe a medic down, but still everything else dying as well. Yak trying to make sure that they are aware of the spawns here. Late reaction that doesn't dead on anyone. Yeah, everyone spawns back. They don't seem to be getting much more than this, and they still do have good advantage on bedseekers as well. So, let's see what they can do with this right now. First off, obviously, you're spinning away, but with that out of the equation, push supposed to come in from Cafe here. Bum dropping down, but not dropping the medic. In fact, he just about got spotted more than he spotted anyone else. Taking down pretty quickly here, and ooh, actually overextend a little bit. Striker goes down in return. They do not want to give up the space here at all. Dolly almost has him with 2 down each. They certainly have some good ground to re-contest here. And look at that, bedseekers are utterly afraid of the UAD here. And the implications of staying in, so they're just all out back to second. Not even trying to force here at all, really. Toast is still about. That's about all they have. But beyond that, they're just all the way back, not even just a second, all the way to last actually. They're giving Joseph Stone all the space they want. And that's dangerous, because the ban almost has. But if the Joseph Zone just gets enough kills early here, that might not matter. Let's see if they try. Yes, they will just use through. They know they have ad. They want to take their chances. They see the medic out of spawn. If they are just getting some good damage here, that is going to be good enough. They want Rivka first, though. And some cap time, actually, forcing people to recontest the point pretty much immediately. The heavy is a big concern, actually, though. And you can just tell the focus fire is split completely apart. They try to get Demoman with half the team. The rest of the team try to get point. And in the end, the Demoman is really the only actual kill they got here in the end. So much to Joseph Zone's dismay. This won't be really going anywhere until last, at least. Second pretty much can't back immediately as well. At least they forced them on last. Which helps recontesting here, which is exactly what they're trying to do as well. Bumfreeze, Hammerham spans all just going deep, trying to get some kills. Mixed results so far though. Maybe they can go 3-3 on the numbers here, but even then Hammerham gets cleaned up quickly, and if, as you can see, Dolly going down as well. They're just scrambling to even get something going here that will not end up with them having to leave second in the end. And an attempt to cap is a nice idea, I guess, to buy themselves some time. But without heals, they just don't have the staying power on the second point. He spans, just tries to take a 1v1, but doesn't realize he was the one alone, not the other team. So everyone just rushes in with the scout there, cleans up spans. So they're trying to rotate as well. It's Bumfreeze trying to get in from behind, and he did get called, but not quickly enough. And that's a huge kill. However, in the midst of a really messy situation, the mid-cap will still ring out, and even then, people still have time to like set themselves up for some sack attempt onto Dolly. Dolly himself obviously almost having here. See if they check the corner. They don't do so in time, but the pack was there for Dolly to get. Very fortunate there that Yak did not just jump into pack to roll out. So far so good. Big ad into second is looking fairly usable right now. Heavy in forward. Yak's jumps denied. Doesn't matter, they will try anyway. This is clearly not the jump he wanted. Too many traps there though to really do anything about the toast from forward behind them. Is annoying to deal with, but as you can see, not undoably so, especially if you spot him fast enough. Couldn't really surprise anyone in the end with that. So 8 minutes off the clock, still a lead for bedseekers. And while they did have the use for this, that doesn't make it a free push for bedseekers out of last year at all. In fact, they're already setting up an engineer. Just in case. Sniper as well, so it looks like they might not actually go anywhere at all in the end with this. And just dedicate themselves to a nice little stalemate here. So, we will be staying here while bedseekers comfortable knowing, yeah, we have to leave. We don't desperately need to get out of here, especially not with the time as it is right now. On the game timer here. It's also like the most ambitious bomb I've seen in a hot minute as well. Alright. However, it also gives the Joseph Zone opportunity to make some plays into last as well, as you can see already. Trying to pressure Lord Toast, however, probably the only one actually going deep at all. Unspotted into lower, all the way behind. However, spotted just in time before disaster strikes. And here's the exchange coming on the right side. Really just a thinly veiled attempt to try to shoot the gun on the axe end. And not even that happens to work. I guess the Toast kill is nice in all of this, because they have playing ad throughout any and all of this exchange. Oh no, Hammer, this is not the opportunity to play point with. Yeah, the gun still being up, you can see. They really wanted this gun to go down. The fact that it's still up just doesn't allow them really to do anything post-Uber after the exchange. So now they have to dedicate themselves after the exchange to try to get that thing, and they keep trading numbers for it, which isn't the end of the world, because you can probably continue holding outside just fine, but obviously you cannot really continue playing inside last easily with that either. They're still trying. They get a soldier weak, and they don't have enough people to really chase them down either. I'm guessing 100% of the matches so far. That is true, however, that will change tomorrow. Just use lock and load to counter sentry. Well, even then you need to hit it, because clearly Yak didn't just a second ago. Alright, another Uber in. They have ad. Due to using earlier, I suppose. Just bed 40, I guess. Who's capping? Oh, that's the spy, right? Yeah, Dowie on point. Oh, he almost body blocked Vori. Dowie is like the smartest individual on the server. He already saved him once, like blocking a back cap. Not blocking even a back cap, blocking just a cap in general. You will cast tomorrow? A mid game, yes. It's a Div2 game. I still wanted to watch the mid game though. Figured I care more about that game. Which is Crackers against Doggos. My game crashed. It happens. Let's hope we don't miss the cap. That gives me time to check the game tomorrow. Yeah, Crackers against not that Doggos. There's the Div2 game. It's the Frenchies against the Germans. But I kind of want to watch a funny mid game. Because I think that'd be funny. I select demo names. And then I click the button here. Not here. Here. Wait, here. There we go, that's the button. Good thing I didn't close off me. Watch Finland game on Thursday. No, I'm watching Prem on Thursday. I am doing the Prem game on tf2pickup on Thursday. Alright, we did miss things happening, but not a round being scored. I mean, everyone's playing Thursday anyway. Let's be realistic here. I'm still on auto cam on. There we go. Okay, so in the meantime, in a few seconds, we were off the server. Bedseekers got the second point back. Costed them their Uber though. So we could just fill in the blanks, right? The Joseph Zone used out of last. Or into last. Didn't do enough. And then return Uber gets them second back. But doesn't catch the medic. Was first map close? Fairly, yeah. It was 2-0 lead for a little while and late 2-1 and... Well, fairly late 2-1. It was like 10 minutes left. That's not like super late. And then 10 more minutes wasn't enough to get around on the bot. Okay, Bum taken down here. Hammer and Spy didn't do enough. All they get in return is a Toast kill. I don't think that makes up for it, really. It might make them hesitate to use, though. Okay, I don't know what is breaking on the Medigun thing here, but I would refuse to believe this thing is on a 0%. Let's just imagine this is at 100, I guess. I don't know what's going on with that. When both toast nuts. He top killed last game by about 1 kill, I think. So I guess reload hard. I just did. It didn't happen. I assume we just need to see him die or use for that to be fixed. It's fine. It's a stalemate anyway. I mean, we'll notice when they use, right? No, he threw, doesn't hit the air shot and doesn't get any deeper than this either. Still, they tried to double down on this. Yeah, there you go. Overused fixes that. Still, they dropped like a couple people from the beam here. Rivka down, Warrior obviously down going into this fight. He saw the sack into immediate exchange. Doesn't look too bad for the Joseph one just yet. And once again, bedseekers are playing it incredibly safe on second. They are really fast to give up space on second in an attempt not to get caught anywhere awful. I guess it accomplishes its goal. Question is if the Joseph can do anything with that. Big bombs by Vori and Toast do good damage, but don't get enough kills to really be anything to write home about. Toast in the backlines, no one cared about it when he went lower, and he's just farming forward. It's 2 kills and a half, pretty much. Because everything that's left alive here is just stuck in bad position with low health. They have to see themselves out of here quickly. Dario on Spy in all of this. He tried this before. And once again, this is good at 2 bedseekers, and once again, they're not looking too keen to leave this all behind just yet. Spans goes down. Maybe trying to make them think, oh yeah, this was our backup attempt. Let's see if it works, because there's the backup. And that's the backup. If you didn't see it, then here's this again, because the scout came with that. Look at that. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Hammer him cleans up for Dowie there. And that's all they needed. 1-1 for an even scoreline for the first time in a hot minute. That was a fairly fast round for bedseekers to start off the game with, so took them a while. But yeah, the 2-man backup attempt is gonna do the job just fine. Ooh, big bomb by Toast. Will go down for it. Warrior with another attempt to get through. Now can't quite get in the way he wanted to. They don't have much space on bedseekers, but Joseph Stone struggling to get damage. There we go. A good bomb in from Dowie for the rest of the team. Should be doing it just fine. And yeah, it will be enough. Bum does not live, unfortunately, but the rest of the team is there to clean up his damage anyway. They really wanted the medic though, and you can tell it's not going to work here in the end. Dowie actually dies to fall damage as well. Yeah, in that case, I think you either need to all chase or you don't at all. And they had like the soldiers go in and like Med and Scout stayed back. So it's like you chased them with like not much at all in the end. And it's very easy for the blue team to defend themselves in that position because it's just even numbers. You don't overwhelm them at all. And I mean, at least they get the cap, but they don't get much more than that. Dowie's back on his main. Will you be upping the quality of the stream for this season's casting? I mean, for one, I have a new HUD. Well, I did for, like, last season Highlander already, to be fair. But I have this HUD now, which is nice. As for video quality, there's only so much I can do before my PC is just dying. So, I mean, I can up my bitrate a bit again. In fact, it's probably lower than it was before, because I had, like, some issues, like, a few days ago. But I think that should be largely fixed. I can actually put my bitrate a little bit higher. As for like Twitch video quality, that's not on me. That is on Twitch. If it doesn't give you like video quality options or stuff like that. But my PC isn't that great, unfortunately. Oh no, Vori completely overshoots that rocket. And that is bad, you can tell. Joseph Stone went for the basically same play before. So why not do it again? And yeah, Vori goes down for his failure, I guess. Between us to see some 60 FPS. That is definitely not happening. Going from 30 to 60 requires me to have like a so much better computer actually. Like that is actually really taxing on your PC, and mine is just not good enough for that. So unfortunately, no, I can't do that. Let alone, like, imagine how bad my game would be running then. Like, look at this, it's not even running that well right now. And I'm not running on, like, good config either. So I'm doing what I can here, but I still want, like, the frame rate to be fine. But, like, exactly for this reason as well, I'm trying to get, like, as many casts as I can this season onto Essentials. Like, I'm good friends with Akrivim. So every time I, like, have someone else with me, I can basically just put one of these on Essentials instead. At which point you will have high quality in terms of, like, Twitch quality, in terms of game quality. In terms of producing as well, because I'm not the one doing the camera while casting. All you're gonna lose from that is the ability to bet, and even then maybe I can force him to put that on his stream as well. Which would be funny, because the betting thing is actually just really fun, I think, for everyone involved. Anyway, while we were talking about anything else, they slowly got from mid to last on the Joseph zone. The exchanges aren't going great here just yet, but it's, you know, numbers traded. Could be a lot worse. Speaking of which, tomorrow we will be doing a mid game on Essentials. Crackers against not that doggo. I think I mentioned that earlier already, but, you know, just for clarification. That would have been a game I would have watched anyway. And, you know, we had WAN around, so we just decided... Oh no, we not yet WAN. We are trialing actually Newcastle tomorrow. So that's like prime opportunity to do that, right? Ooh, that is going in here. Getting Striker, getting Rivka as well. Toast eats a pipe, eats 2 pipes, he's so weak. Spence desperately wants him and Hammer helps the one getting him. I didn't even notice he was on Spy, but I guess, for better or for worse, so didn't anyone on the blue team. But it hurts on the DM department right now, right? You can just see they're lacking this damage. Dolly gets a saw, but that's all it's gonna do here, and they just needed that bit more damage to clean up, and the cleanup never came. Are you gonna watch anything at 20? Is there anything at 20? I don't even know.
The control point is being contested.
Damn, my Twitch window isn't loading. That's so sad. Chum Toad's playing at 20. Kids with Guns is playing against some other team at 20. Like, I don't deeply care about any of these games at 20. I might just watch them for the fun of it, and then just go into hosting Essentials afterwards. I suppose. Like, maybe I'll do that. I'll check out what games are happening exactly later, I guess, after the game ends. Anyway, bedseekers of the last push by, and Joseph Zone actually able to get a lot of progress over the map, pretty much for free here off just Ad alone. Ad is closing down to nothing in a second here, but it's still maybe just enough to get some presence into second, first of all. Trying to, anyway. Soldiers are trying to make some spacey, going deep, getting damage done. Striker goes down for it, though. And with Dolly having now, they could try to fight, but no, Dolly actually drops himself and Yak in quick succession there. And it's just crumbling in front of them right now. I guess this is where I close betting to. It's not much time left. Only 8 more minutes in this game. And the round right now in the game is like moderately paced. Could go a long way in whatever team's favor that round might be scored towards. And this position in the map right now, obviously bedseekers is at a heavy advantage here, just making anything happen to last. Doesn't sound too difficult, it's still not easy by any means. Starting off with like minor mistakes like Rivka missing his jump there. Still the gun goes down quickly, they get the cap time started. Pumphrey's trying to deny that, but they all die trying to block, and that just makes the cap all that easier. 2-1 for bedseekers, finally back with a lead. It's not a strong one. But it took them long enough to get here. You would imagine they're doing everything they can to hold onto it now. Oh wow, Yak is like infinitely faster than Rivka. Alright, let's see. Normally Toast goes like aggro on these mids. This time just spamming for the start, and it's Dowie and Bum having to do the aggression here early, and it's doing damage. Oh no, Evans missed some shots as well. Dolly under heavy fire here, but able to defend them off. Spans with his 2k, Yak is still around as well. It's only Striker and Vori. It's all they have left. One bomb in, hits 2. Scout with that as well. Can Striker hit the shots he needs to? And the pistol will do it. That's the mad kill. Not just in general, but specifically really, really late. Yeah, committed himself to the sword there, which is kind of, you know, a little bad when people walk away from you. Striker able to just live for this long as well is actually just bizarre. Maybe finally can do it. That was 9 damage when they needed 11. There we go, that's the other 2. That took them entirely too long. Well, Dowie tries to sack and everyone just tries to sack, and that's good damage to start off with. They need to be careful, actually. They can't just get complacent just because one of them lived forever. Because then this happens, and then Bum just gets through and gets the medic. There we go. Not a great jump by Toast either. Bum doesn't even hit him. Nice fight for Rivka, I suppose, but that's too little too late, unfortunately. Yeah, they just utterly did not, like, anticipate the bombs in time there. Between Dowie and Bum. Getting the damage combined to kill the medic. One of them's up already. 5 more minutes. This is good advantage to make a comeback happen with. They are so afraid of anything happening here. And well, Toast is trying to be the one making the difference here. And that is the trap. We saw where it was, right? Just like right on the window there, I think. Not even that, I around the corner here, actually. Normally it's on the window. That's the difference, they didn't anticipate it on the corner. Arguably a worse spot in, you know, just theory, right? Because they have to go deeper in on that corner to get it. However, no one checks that, everyone just checks the window. Turns things around once again. Bumpy's trying to get in, but he's not gonna hit the medic here. Oh, I still have things open, right? I should close that. There we go. Sorry for that. Bets have been closed. Already. You are too late, Wheatwix. Is this official? Yes. This is happening right now. Alright, one last ditch attempt to try to get on the medic here, and it's enough to get the force. I'd be surprised if all of them live. Yak obviously in just like such a far forward position that there's no way he gets out of this. Bump in as well. Not gonna do much. 3 down already. They might as well just have put themselves in a position where they're now the ones actually just getting pushed at because of their desperate attempt to get out here. And going 3-1 down at this point is gonna be tough. Here come bedseekers just trying to get in here. Damage comes in from all directions towards point, and it's looking mighty over if you ask me for this round here. Yak getting forced off point, and that is it. Hits the pipe way too late, Striker dying. But it won't change that. bedseekers have gotten around here. Doable? Yes, easily, by no means. Joseph Zone with a tall task ahead of them. If they want to make the comeback here on map number 2. Let's see. Okay, and bedseekers just close this out. Be it with another round or just by stopping all attempts that Joseph Zone might have. Now we're going down early, hurts quite a bit straight away. Didn't do a ton with his bomb either. Toast with a straight jump onto Dolly, gets the kill. Very fast cleanup there. All they're getting for the troubles in the meantime is Rivka. And that's the rest of the cleanup here for bedseekers. Joseph Zone looking to be out of it now. 2 minutes left at the end of the mid-fight. Sure, they get Kusoban. But I'd be surprised to see this being enough. Can my thing work again, by the way? It just really isn't. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. My stream dashboard for some reason broke a second ago. I don't know what happened. Okay, this is better. Alright, 2 minutes left. bedseekers really just have to be able to close up the game. And while the Johnson is capping this point, looking at the timer, it's looking mighty dire for this to be enough. So any and all blockage of this push right now will do the job just fine. Dowie hits the skybox there a little bit, couldn't go all the way deep in. Spans dies already. There's Dolly going down as well. And all just piling up looking to get the medic. And, well, I mean, they make them use, but Dolly going down already by itself is enough to call this a close game here. 2-1 process at 2-1 bedseekers. As always, blue left, red right.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
So yeah, we are entering the end of the game. And that should close out the match for now. So yeah. 6 points for bedseekers, it seems to be. And we'll be going home with a big old W on the scoreboard. On the tables, I should say, for tf2pickup.
We have captured the control point. Alert. The control point is being contested.
So yeah, interesting game. Close for the majority of both maps. But ultimately, I think if you replay this game enough times, bedseekers will still win most of those. The areas where they look better, they just look that bit better. So yeah. bedseekers are getting 6 out of this match. Pick winner, bedseekers. There you go. Enjoy your points, unless you're Josh, I guess. Who has been scammed successfully. So yeah, that's this match. That is match number 2 of the season. Yesterday we watched the mid-game, which was closer than this, to be fair. That was a double golden cap game that ended 3-3. You don't see that too much. In this case, bedseekers will take it home 2-1, 3-1 on Process and Sunshine. And, yeah. Tomorrow is a ton of games. I will only be watching one of them in mid. I will watch Not That Dog against Crackers. We are trialing a new caster on Essentials TF. A channel most of you probably are aware of. I might watch a 20 game. What are the teams that play at 20, right? Who's this team? There's some Russians against Shumtoad. And there's Buff Corral boys against, like, good Frenchies. So those don't... Oh no, that's the 21 anyway. There's a low game called Kids with Guns against Kosovo team, whatever. I don't even know, like, if this will be a good game, to be fair. I might just watch that for the fun of it. And Hungarians against a team called Monkey Punch. Yeah, I might just watch the Kids with Guns game, to be honest. That sounds probably like the best, like, 20 game. And then at 21, I will be watching Not That Dog against Crackers on Essentials. There's a Div2 game, there's a Div1 game. But I've been told that Kutsus does Div1, so I mean... If they don't, then it's not my fault that it's not getting covered, right? Which the Div1 game is... I think Ryan was here, Ryan's team against the Czechs. Which might be decent, I don't know. I'm expecting Mac's team to win here, but... The Czechs could still put a dent in them for sure. I would imagine the Div2 game just got scheduled too late. Will be decent, won't be a roll. Well, don't tell me that, I'm not gonna watch it. Div2 game is Frenchies against Germans. I mean, that might be okay. It just got scheduled too late. We already decided watching the mid-game instead. So, oops. What can you do, right? Wait, actually, top fixtures. Anyone playing on Friday? What day is Friday, right? I can just, like, check this, because Friday is the next day I have time for sure. It's at 12. Crunch against Flowloud. I mean, that might be funny. Anyone playing in lower divs on Friday? Oh, the Germans in Div2. Yeah, Shocky, Babs, Murphy, Mezzo, Earl, something like that. We're not crunch anymore. Charlie's gone. I mean, I know that, but it's too late now. You have been labeled crunch until the end of time for me. DSR and 2 open games. Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch you guys on Friday, Eon. Don't worry, I probably won't call you guys crunch on the cast. So look forward to that. But I might just watch you guys on Friday. Because the only other games, the slow games, I absolutely don't care about. And your game might be interesting. You know, a team just losing their main caller against the guys that just kind of got moved back up from... They got moved down from Div 2 back to mid, and then back from mid into Div 2 again. If Lemmings is in Div 2, who could put up? Jailer. John Layla team got moved up. Oh, wait, no. Josh put his money on the winning team? Damn, I thought he put himself on the losing team. That is so sad. Our last three roster changes have been really interesting. Are the bots still in here? Yes. Wow, Josh bet like twice and he's already ahead of the fucking bots already. Well, most of them. I need to like wipe them all. Let me do that like real quickly actually. And then after that do like the thing again. I go loyalty. Okay, we delete Streamlabs from this. Delete. The worst thing is though that I constantly have to like delete the bots every other time. Another viewer, which is also a bot. Another TTV viewer, that's how you know it's a bot. There we go, you get deleted. Nightbot gets deleted. I hate that I have to do this. If only you could do this with channel points, so this wouldn't be a concern. Any other bots there? No, that's the like big bots. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, this is significantly less bots now. Look at that. Alright. So what do you mean your last three roster changes? Actually, what is your roster now? Still is Charlie on your roster page. Anyway, bare minimum, tomorrow 21, you can watch Eepily play. You see him in chat here. Famous individual. Play as a MIDI. Yeah. Against other MIDIs. It will be exciting. And then, yeah. Pretty much it. And if the Div1 game doesn't get covered, Crayon, then, I mean... It's not my fault. It is definitely not my fault. It is out of my jurisdiction at the moment. Yeah, so that's on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have 2 games. We just got enough people together to do the second Prem game as well. We have, what was it, Accent against Nerd Rage, right? I believe it was. And then we have now Virtus Pro against thingy, Torch team, which we won TF2. Which is a decent opportunity to trial a new producer as well, so look forward to that. Like, I actually had like a couple people get in touch with me, or I've been told that they are interested after I made that tweet. So, like, I mean, we kind of trialed JWB as a caster today, but not really. It was Altiduo, that doesn't really count. Tomorrow on the mid game, we can trial another caster, and then on Thursday, we trial another producer, and we set them up earlier. So, that could be interesting. Even if none of them do like amazing in the first try, right? I mean, as long as they're actually in it for the long run, that's good. They want to improve. I'm looking forward to that. That could be good. Speaking of another producer, I guess he's streaming right now. He's not doing TF2 though. Like, you know, whatever. But no one else is streaming, and I'm really not looking forward to streaming much more right now. I just want to chill. So let me host Ramad, I guess. Even though he's playing Valorant. I mean, who gives a shit? But what can you do, right? And yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday and Thursday and Sunday for the other Prem game. So busy week, and maybe on Friday for the Div2 game, I guess. With not crunch. So bye-bye.